Hi everyone, my name is Blaec Bejarano, and today I'm going to show you how to create grid lines and plot graphing calculator style graphs using SageMath. You can see I'm at CoCalc.com and I'm inside of a Jupyter notebook with the SageMath 10.6 kernel. And what I'd like to do first is get started with an example. So I'll write plot, and I would like my function to be x raised to the third power minus x, and I would like my domain to be from -2 to 2. And then here I can set grid lines is equal to true, and I'll have frame is equal to false as our first example, and I'll go ahead and run the cell. You can see here are my grid lines, and I do not have a surrounding frame, so there we go. Now I can copy this since I'm going to keep the same function and domain just to make it a bit easier. And here I'm going to set grid lines to minor. Give this another run, and you can see I have more fine-grained grid lines, and again, no surrounding frame. Okay. And at this point, we can get started with our third example. So maybe I would like grid lines to be true, and now I want to set frame to true. Go ahead and run the cell. So I have the original grid lines, and I now have a surrounding frame. So there's that. And now I can set the grid lines to minor, just so you get that full variety. So here we have the fine-grained grid lines with a surrounding frame. And then lastly, I'll go ahead and set grid lines to false. So maybe here I'll set both to false. So grid lines, false, frame, false. And I'll click run. And here's that very clean plot. And last but not least, I'll go ahead and set the frame to true. Okay, and click run. And there we go. So that is just a quick tip and trick on using the CoCalc UI, specifically around plotting using SageMath. But please like, subscribe, and follow for more, and I will see you next time. Thanks again.